Joining the desk now are TJ Houshmandzadeh and two-time former welterweight world champion Berto Marcellus. Get us rolling. Impressed by Fury or disappointed in Wilder?
Impressed by Fury, like you said, man. The fact that he laid out that architecture, that game plan, professed it, and then went out there and mastered it, perfected it in front of millions to watch, got to be impressed by that. Deontay Wilder got exposed for being a great fighter, but not a great enough boxer. And if you look at his game plan that didn't have complexities in plan B or plan C, that's when you get exposed. And what I think he ran into is somebody who had even greater skill, but even greater will. And in sports, it's hard to convey that to people because when you're young, you get picked, handpicked, cherry-picked because of talent. And that's plan A. And a lot of people ride that natural talent all the way to the professional level. But sooner or later, you'll meet the guy in disguise who didn't have that same level of talent. But boy, does he want it. And boy, did he learn fundamentals. And maybe he wasn't as heralded. But boy, when you meet him in those moments of will and contest, good luck trying to climb out of the same depths of despair that we saw Tyson Fury did. So I'm just impressed all around. The mental makeup, the physical skill set, and the way that he exposed them by just using his craft.
For me, I'm impressed with Fury as well. I'm not disappointed in Deontay. Deontay has shown us he can lose round after round after round after round and still knock you out. And so for me, Fury, Deontay said it himself leading up to the first fight. You got to fear a man that tells you what he's going to do and then goes into the ring and does it. And that's it. Fury said, I'm going to rough him up and I'm going to knock him out. And I, like everybody else, was like, he just talking. He gonna run around the ring.
Tickets.
I thought he was selling wolf tickets. And he did just that. For me, I felt in the first fight, the ref robbed Wilder of a knockout. So it would be 1-1, and the trilogy would make it that much more impressive. Didn't happen. Am I disappointed? No. This is sports. Sometimes the better man won. It just wasn't your night, and that's what happened Saturday night.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm just like you said. I'm definitely impressed by Tyson Fury. You know, and I was one of those guys that really thought that he was going to be selling wolf tickets, but he really stood up to the occasion. It was a packed house, and from the opening bell, that's what I loved about it. From the opening bell, he stepped right to Wilder. He didn't care what was going on. He didn't care about the atmosphere. He didn't care about the punching power. He was fearless. He was fearless. That's what you need in this game, especially when it comes to big environments like that, like the big stage, the big atmosphere. He just walked straight to Wilder. He showed him everything that I told you I was going to do. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it in front of everyone. And that's what he did, and I believe that Deontay Wilder, he felt that presence. I felt that he got a little intimidated by it, and he started to crumble.
Andre, you said, though, that you bet on Fury. You thought he was going to win. You just didn't think he was going to win by knockout.
I didn't think he was going to win by knockout. I seen glimpses of it if he stuck to his word and stepped up to Wilder. I seen glimpses of it the first fight. Every time, you know, he walked up to Wilder, he stepped up to Wilder, and he put a little pressure on Wilder. He kind of flustered a little bit, but he just stepped back and went back to boxing. He tried to stick to his game plan. And I knew in my mind that if he really stuck to this, that he was going to open Wilder up to a lot of different situations.
What I find most impressive to me is now listening to everything he said in retrospect, he was not remotely lying in terms of, he's like, no, man, I beat this guy after dropping 100 pounds. I carried a bad 255 pounds in the first fight. This 270 is actually a good 270. And I know as an athlete, you can relate to that, being in shape at 255 or 270 and being out of shape at 250. This guy had a confidence of his game plan and what he could do. It's like, I've already survived his best two punches.
I think he's seen something, too, though. I think he's seen something within that first fight. Every time Deontay, you know, that he was, you know, knocking down that fight, it was just from that one punch. And he knew that he had the agility to dodge that, and he I believe he put that exercise on. He used every bit of it as well for that fight. Every chance that he got to get close to Wilder,
Reverse
he laid
headlock.
on him. He laid on him. You know, he stood on the outside and boxed him. You know, he let Deontay feel, you know, his presence. He did a lot of feints. He did a lot of great jabs. And every time that he got too close, he laid that extra weight on him because he seen Deontay's legs were just, you know, I mean, they were all over the place. He used every bit of it. And I think it was just amazing how he, you know, shift the whole game plan in this fight.
For me, what's more amazing than what we saw is the mental warfare that obviously Tyson Fury was participating in to a higher level than all of us even took witness to, and certainly his opponent, Deontay Wilder. Here's the mental warfare. First, I'm going to revise my game plan. That wasn't met with failure. I didn't lose. I had a draw, but in my mind, I know I could have done better. Exactly. So to have that confidence to say, I'm going to go to Kronk, be offensive, and why am I going to be offensive? Because I've outboxed this guy for every round except the 2 times he caught me slipping. And in his mind, it was truly slipping. He's like, if I take the fight to him, instead of being like most people, staying on the outside in fear of what he's going to respond with and counterpunching or the devastating right, I got him. Then you look at it, what happened is he dug into a deeper depth of despair than even Deontay Wilder could. Now, everyone always talks about adversity, and you're from his neighborhood, you went through these upbringings, you went through this shortcomings, and that's external. Like, oh, you from Compton, oh, okay, I saw a lot, But within me, I had a.
At the end of the day, you know the truth,
man. And I protected myself going through those external circumstances. Tyson Fury internally went there. The adversity, the graffiti, the violence, everything went into him, and he climbed from a 400-pound man out of boxing to the tune of I'm gonna draw with you at 255 bad weight. You don't stand a chance when we get back together on level.
This what happened was. Deontay built his reputation on fear and punching power. Tyson Fury stepped to him, and like Andre Ward told me Saturday night, he undressed him. And Lennox Lewis, I owe you $100, I'm gonna get you that money. He told me on Friday, he was like, this is what they teach in the Kronk gym. He almost knocked me out. He was just touching me in my chest. I'm like, Lennox. And this is what Tyson's gonna do. When he steps to him, he's gonna step to him with all his weight behind it. And everybody thought, Tyson, you felt you won the first fight. Why would you change your game plan if you felt? And he changed his game plan because he wanted to leave no doubt. I changed my game plan not because I want to leave no doubt. I was shocked, but Wilder, you live to fight another day, man. Like, we all gonna lose. Eventually, somebody.
That's where I have a problem. Are we all gonna live to fight another day at the same level? Once Mike Tyson got hit, and once we saw what happened in Japan.
Once you get undressed, you can't put your clothes back on.
Once they showed the gooch in different strokes, he wasn't scary no more.
You're a boxer, you've lost. And explain that to us coming back from that.
This right here is we're gonna have to be able to see how Wilder's gonna be able to come back from this. Because just like a lot of, you know, like top-notch guys, just like even myself at the time, being undefeated, being world champion, I took my first loss. It was tough for me to get back because I came from, you know, the mental standpoint of I'm too fast, I'm too strong, no one can beat me. And being in the place to, you know, like to be in that space, have somebody take that confidence from you, it's hard to get back to the place that you're.
Let me ask
you start
this.
doubting yourself.
Do we want to see a third fight here?
Of course.
No.
Of course.
Let's hear why. Not right now. You talking about next? Run it back?
Why not?
I'm gonna tell you why not.
Why not?
One, his invincibility was his punch, like Mike Tyson to Buster Douglas. That's a punch. That keeps people on the outside not playing their game. And now that's been crumbled. Before you...
He still has that punch, though.
He still has that punch.
I know that he could get him with a one-hitter quitter, but is he built back to that place?
We need to give him that chance to be able to see if he's going to be able to come back from that. Because just like you've seen...
Giving him that chance is different from wanting to see it. Do you want to see...
I like to see it.
Look, man.
After that, after what we just saw.
You seen the first fight was exciting. Every time he hit, you know, Fury, he dropped him. You know,
twice.
This
he hit him twice.
Now, this fight right here, it was, you know, it is what it was. But you have to give him a chance to try to
When you fall from such heights, and you said you did it, when you fall and they say you want to get back up there, yes. But guess what you have to do? Let's climb back up there. Just to make sure every level of this, you're ready for it.
Everybody's different.
Everybody's different.
His mentality now. I don't know Deontay Wilder personally, but if you have that mentality that he portrays and he makes us believe, he's gonna want it. He's gonna want it next. Now, he said he went into the fight with problems. If in his heart of hearts he truly feels like he wasn't 100%, if he is 100%, he feels like he can win that fight. True. We as athletes, if you know you're not there,
answer the question.
Yes, I do.
Why?
I do.
Why?
Because he's led me to believe he had problems going into the fight. If you had problems,
that's like Pacquiao talking about my shoulder hurt against Mayweather. How about you couldn't hit him, dog?
But after the second round, I'm sitting here watching the fight, and he looked like one of them fawns that just been born when they get up out and they try to walk around. His legs were unsteady after the second round.
Another thing with that too, just me being a fighter and me going in these training camps, what I didn't like was the fact that he had both fights so close. He just fought Ortiz in November. You need to understand as a fighter, these 8-9 week training camps are grueling. He really didn't have a great chance to recover and hop right into another tough training
See, look
camp.
how y'all flip it.
No,
when that works,
I did hear that. I did hear that.
But when it works, guess what they say? Oh, he got in shape on top of shape.
No,
that's what you are. That was the pre-fight. Oh, you on shape on top of shape, and now all of a sudden,
but the training camp,
that magnitude though, these training camps are a lot longer, a lot bigger, a lot more.
I want to clarify my question. You've made a decent point because I've heard other fighters say it that night that he needed more time. The problem though is, and this is why do you want to see it? I mean, hardcore fight fans up here, but that fight this weekend attracted the nonchalant fan, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if they run it back, I think that nonchalant on it's like, nah, I already seen that. I know what that's about. And again, again, you had all the superstars, celebrities. That was a big-time heavyweight fight. That's why the heavyweights are so important. When they step into the ring, everybody comes. A big cross-section. I just don't know if you can sell the third fight at the same level as you just sold 2.0.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.